Morning to you, Eric. All right. Okay. All right. Let's good to go. Okay. Right. Good morning once again. Today is the 18th of August, 2021, and we're going to start our morning MAO right now. Let me get on my recording. Okay. Oh, it's up. Okay. Now today is a Wednesday, and wow, retail sales dropped by 1.1% in July. Should the bulls worry? All right. So apparently we saw it. Okay, things really happened. Okay, yesterday we saw the retail sales came out pretty bad. Okay, and something that I suspected it will be, because end of the day is this pandemic is going to slow down sales. This is something that we all can see. You can see that in Singapore, we have people now not going out to eat even. Even now we have opened up a little bit, right? But people get used to it, and also the worry is there. And I believe that it is the same thing across all the whole world, because everybody will behave in the same way. And because of that itself, right, with the stock market in US actually keep on climbing, and it actually doesn't do them a good thing. In fact, they should pull it down a little bit so that it become cheaper, much more valuable for people to enter the market. All right. So, but of course, if you look across what you saw in most of the mainstream media, majority of them are pretty bullish. In fact, most of the bulls are still thinking it's happy hour every hour. Okay. So the bulls are still pretty complacent. They're still pretty happy. They don't think that the market is down because they have Jerome Powell supporting them. As long as Jerome Powell is able to give them the money, there's no reason to be worried. All right. So that is what's happening right now in the market. So good morning to you, Cheng Kui. All right. So before we start this morning, once again, disclaimer as usual. Now today we have a loads of market analysis content in the bull side and the bear side. So if you guys, after the technical aspect, if you can, stay tuned, because there's a lot of things to share with you. Okay, today got at least 2 good videos to share with you from the capture from CNBC. Okay, all right. Disclaimer as usual. Once you have accepted the above, you have indemnified me. All right, thank you. All right, quote of the day for successful traders. There's a huge difference between a good trade and good trading. I think this is very good on Steve Burns. Anyone can make a good trade, but not everyone can be a consistently good trader. This I totally agree. Now, I believe that most of us can trade pretty decently well. Okay, it's just that the consistency itself, right, is always the dampener. And to be a consistent trader, you must be very disciplined in whatever you're looking at, and you have to follow through. And that's not that easy. So that is the reason why some traders keep on making good money, because they are very focused, they are very disciplined in terms of their action, and most important, right, they control their risk very, very well. And I believe that you guys can do that too, right, as long as you control all the above. Correct now. Hi, Mandy. Good to see you, Mandy. And happy birthday to you, Mandy. All right, happen to see your Facebook posting there. Happy birthday. I wish you all the best. Stay beautiful and happy always. All right. Happy birthday to you, Mandy. Okay. All right. Let's start the day right now. Let's study the charts for today. The bull goes moo. The bear go grrr. The lemming go is different this time. All right. Let's bring in a chart. Okay. Let's go. Okay, hold on now. Let me just do some alteration here. Okay. All right, so let's look at the China A50 right now. This morning, China A50 yesterday collapsed. Okay, yesterday collapsed. All right, it went down more than about 500 points, about 500 points yesterday. Okay, now of course, so it's quite clear that we should see some recovery today. Usually some technical rebound. But the thing is this, if you look at this, this is the BMB, RL, and SL level. So if you actually remember what I shared with you, I'm going to bring it up for you. This is the RL, and this is the SL. And of course, the market closed slightly below the SL point. So by right, we should see some selling. Okay, by right, we should see some selling. Good morning to you. There's Johnny. All right, good to see you. All right, so but the thing is that now the market now for China A50 is trading above the SL level. So at least for now, it's still okay. Now, of course, if the market loses the SL level, then we should see some selling in the market. So traders, you need to watch out for this. Now, for today's MA30, let's just bring it in. The MA30 today is about here. It's about this 15,678 level. Okay, 15,678 level. Okay, 74 level. Sorry, 674. Okay, so the MLP is at 15,674, which is kind of far away from the current price right now, 300 points. Right, so I don't think that the market can go up today that much. I don't think so. So I believe that there will be some more selling pressure in the market for today. Okay, there should be some more selling pressure for today. The the MLP will be somewhere around here. MLP slightly lower at about 15,484 level. Okay, now overall, you can see that very clear that there is a form of very strong resistance at all the MA30 level. For 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or 6 days in a row, the market hit the MA30 level and the market actually kind of like stay below it. And when it stay below it, that means that the selling pressure is actually in the market. So that's the reason why I kind of believe that the market should see further downside later this week. All right. Now, of course, there's some base around this area, some base around this point, 14,750 and 14,500 level. Okay, so that is the, in general, what is happening in China A50. Now we look at this Hong Kong. Now, Hong Kong yesterday, because of China A50, and of course, the American market was actually quite was with the downside. The Hang Seng actually closed near the low of the day. The Hang Seng closed near the low of the day, but I do suspect that this morning there could be some gap up because of the US market recovered over the last 1 hour, and also the China market now is trading a bit higher. So that's why I kind of suspect that Hong Kong will gap up. Okay, so let's just look at the MA30 first. Now this is the MA30 and it's kind of far away. It's at 26,422. So we're talking about, wow, it's nearly at 800 points away. So I don't think the market will go there first. Okay, the MLP for today, MLP is somewhere around here, very nearby to the BNB RL SL level. All right, that's a BNB for us. Okay, so for today, this is still the BNB RL. This is still the BNB SL, right? So which means that by closing below the BNB SL, there is a possibility for the Hang Seng to trade lower. There is a chance for Hang Seng to trade lower. Maybe not today, maybe tomorrow, but based on statistics, it's possible. And what level are we looking at? Let me just bring it in right now. Okay, Hang Seng, wow, that's pretty accurate. Okay, the Hang Seng can basically goes down all the way to 25,197. Okay, wow, I just randomly draw this and it seems like exactly here. Okay, all right, so 25,197, that will be the Hang Seng potential downside, but that's another 400 points. Wow, I really don't think that the market drop 400 points unless China A50 continue to sell down or US market sell down another 300 points. So at least we know that there's downside potential, but it doesn't mean that you will have to go there today or tomorrow. But if you ever see this point for the short sellers, do consider to buy back your position. So if you shorted the Hang Seng, you should consider to buy back your position at about 25,197. I can write down for you guys. Write down. Go on. Hang Seng Index, potential target is 25,197 BNB extension. Okay. Okay, so that is what we are looking at. Okay, for the Hang Seng. Okay, all right. Okay, so that is the Hang Seng for us. So let's see whether what will happen later on today. Okay, all right. So let's just now we have really prepared ourselves to look at Hang Seng. Let's look at the US market for the quick one. Now, for the US market, yesterday was beautiful, man, guys. Look at how beautiful it is. The US market. Now, yesterday, I remember I said this, guys. I said that if the Dow Jones come down to 35,137. Remember, I said that if the Dow Jones do come down to 35,137, you should buy back your short and the market will likely rebound. Do you remember that? For those who remember that I said this 35,137, can you key the word remember space 35137? 35137, okay? That means you remember that I said this. All right, so the thing is this, the Dow Jones really come beautifully, hit that sweet spot there, 35,137 and stop there. This is really incredible, really spot on, right? Okay, so if you remember, you key in. Now, what happened actually during that moment? Let's take a look, okay? Now, remember this number, 35,137. We go down to the 15-minute chart of yesterday. Oh my goodness, look at it, guys. Look at the Dow Jones. It came all the way down, all the way, and then it hits the beautiful sweet spot there at 35,137, stabilized there and rebounded. Wow, and rebounded more than 200 points, okay? So that is my point here. You really need to really believe what you see in the market. All right, okay, this is very important because if you use the MA moving averages on the intraday, you may not see this bottom because you will see this actually going downwards. That's why I don't encourage you to use MA during the intraday. What is the main idea of the MA is supposed to do this? You put a level in based on the morning analysis, and then after that, you use it as a target board. So when you have already, if the market do go down towards that level here, that is for you to cover back your shorts and you can consider to go long. So that is the whole objective of doing all this. And it's not just like moving averages and you'll be shorting, and you won't know what to do. And after that, on hindsight, you say you'll buy here and stuff like that. Now, that is not the way to do this. The right way to do this is actually to, to use the MA, like how I utilize it. Okay, put on a day chart, then put it back to the intraday chart and let it hit those target level. Okay. Okay, so now what do we expect to have today, this morning? Now just put in the new MA. Now today it's a new MA level. Now remember this, the MA will move throughout the whole day. That's the reason why we put it in the morning so that we get the best of it. Okay, now today's MA 30 will be at 35,140. Okay, 35,140. So which means that the Dow Jones today, the MA 30 is 35,140. It's a very critical level, very critical level. All right, Dow Jones MA 30 is at 35,140. Okay, I write it down for you, so we can actually verify this tomorrow. Okay, all right. So Hang Seng is going to open very soon now. We're going to go to the Dow Jones and take a look at Dow Jones. Now it's trading a bit higher now. Okay, let's do a Hang Seng right now. Okay, Hang Seng is going to open up in just a few moments, and I suspect that it will gap up. Okay, let's see how it goes. We have 10 more seconds before Hang Seng opens. Okay, Hang Seng will open now in a few more seconds. And yet we go. All right, Hang Seng has just gap up. Okay, wow, gap up 170 points. Okay, Hang Seng has gap up. I told you it will gap up. Indeed, it really happened. 170 points, Hang Seng. Okay, so what do we look out for Hang Seng? Now, this morning, Hang Seng open price is between the two pivot 1 and pivot 2, but the KSI is red today. The KSI is red today. So by right, this is what you should be looking out. So which means that if the market stays below, go above OP, KTR +1. But because the KSI is red, so the upside potential will be kind of limited. Okay, remember this, the market has gap up. All right, the market has gap up. So which means that, right, you must still use the OP of the day to calculate your KTR +1. That's how we do it. It's very different from other schools, which they use ATR and they use yesterday's closing and stuff like that. For us, we use today's opening to calculate the so-called the Cal true range, okay? So which means that now if the Hang Seng if the Hang Seng is to go down, it will likely hit KTR -1 rather easily. So I'm going to put a statement here itself. If the market stays below OP later, the probability of the market going out to KTR -1 is going to be absolutely high because the KSI is red. Okay, so now the Hang Seng is trading above OP, so I will not say anything else. But if later on, if Hang Seng goes below OP, then there's a high possibility the market will go down to KTR -1. So I'm going to leave it the numbers to you. Okay, here we go now. So we can see on live right now, this is the opening price of the day. So it's now moving higher. I'm not going to chase. But if the market later on do pull back, if it ever pull back and goes below the opening price of the day, then I believe that it will come down here. And this point will be at 25,673. Okay, 25,673. That will be the level that I think the Hang Seng will go down later. Okay, all right. So we will see how it goes. We let the market decide, and then we come back to this later. Okay. All right, so you got the idea now? Okay, so now Hang Seng is trading at 25.30, it's trading higher now, 25,811. China A50, oh, okay, it was up earlier, now it's kind of down below opening price. Now that by net change is still positive, but in terms of opening price to current price is actually negative. So if the China A50 continue to sell, I believe that Hong Kong also, Hang Seng will also come down. Okay, all right, so we'll come back to this later. We'll check on this. Let's continue the US market, shall we? Now, this is the US market. Now, I put in on BNB to let you take a look right here. Now, you can see pretty clearly now the Dow Jones is beautiful. It stays above the MA30 yesterday. So definitely the bullishness is still there. No wonder the bulls are still complacent. They still think it's pretty bullish. And today, the MLP will be somewhere around here. The MLP will be somewhere around here, about 35,438. Okay, write it down for you. Around 35,438, not drawn to scale, just as roughly estimated. Now 35,438 will be the MLP, and that's how I told you guys the MA30 is at 35,140. Okay, so these are the key numbers to watch out for today. So as long as the Dow Jones stays above 35,140, the Dow Jones will be still going up. Okay, heard me? It's still going to go up. Then the first resistance will be at 35,438. That will be the first resistance. Now, if the market can breach above it, then of course the Dow will likely go to new all-time high. Okay, most likely the Dow go to all-time high. But if the Dow Jones really stabilize and go below 35,140, then the selling should bring the Dow Jones down all the way to this point here, and that's 34,841. Okay, so that is a few things to watch out for. Okay, so I'm going to write it down for all of you. Okay, is that right? The MLP for the Dow is around 35,430, make it easier for you. And the downside potential is 34,841 based on BNB extension. Now, do note again, BNB extension is always repopulated as and when the new BNB is formed. So today's number can be changed if there's a new BNB formed today and stuff like that. Okay, so just take note of that. All these are critical information, so watch out for that. Okay, so with that is out, right, we have covered the what do you call? Covered most of the stuff. Now the MA200 is actually here. The MA200 is at 33,749, and that is just marginally below the 95% marker. I don't think at the near term, unless the market goes below and close below the BNB SL level at extension level at 34,841, unless it go below it. If not, to go down to 95% mark, it's going to take more than this. So we have to watch out for. Okay, at the moment now, no reason to panic nor concern. Okay, all right, all clear? Everybody clear? Okay, if everybody clear, please key number 1 right now. If you are clear, please key number 1 right now. All right, just to see whether you guys are hearing me, getting it up. Okay, all right, okay, good, thank you, all right. Thank you, Fred, thank you, Eric, Min Hui, Ho Seng, Ryan, and Anthony. Ho Seng, by the way, appreciate once again, you found me the one that I talked about KFC, All right, thank you that you found me the date that we talked about KFC, right? That was on Father's Day, right? Apparently, according to you. All right, thank you so much, Hossein, for taking the effort. Appreciate that. Excellent. Okay, later on, we will talk about KFC later on, yeah? On the gold. Okay, so this is Dow Jones weekly chart, and I told you I draw my short-term trend line, and apparently the market just really beautifully following through as if that they know this guy existence. And I say this again, so most likely itself, right, the market will likely be forming this support for time being. Now, until the day, if ever one day the market close below my short-term trend line, right, then I will watch the market closer. All right. So at the moment now, can't see any reason to panic yet for the sell side. So just wait for a while. Okay, let's look at the Hang Seng now. Hang Seng is still trading stronger. It's still trading above opening price. Kind of expected because of that. To you, the Dow Jones recovered to the end, and the China A50 earlier was actually a positive. Let's check now again. Okay, now see, China A50 now has rebounded off the lows. It had touched the BNB SL and recover. That's why. Okay, let me just bring in the BNB lah, make it better and easier for all of us. Let me just take all this away. Now, since we have the technology to do this, might as well utilize it. There we go. Yeah, so this is the BNB lah. This is a BNB from the last one. So that means the market closed below the BNB yesterday. So if it goes down, it will go down to 14,921 level. Okay, all right. So that's what we have there for China A50. Okay, let's go continue to do the Dow Jones now. Let's do a Dow Jones for today. Now, Dow Jones today apparently is a CCYR positioning. Okay, the CCYR. CCYR on the day chart. But the KSI is green in color. So even you're a short, right, you can only do half bullet size. So if you short, it will be shorting below the opening price of the entry bar, and stop loss, put it here. Okay, so which means that from entry to stop loss is about 364 points. So if you can handle that, you can go for the sell. Okay, but of course, what if the market can the market do a single rate? It is possible. We've seen it before. After the market do a CCYR, where the KSI is green, the market did a single rate and the price goes up. So it is all possible. It all depending on the end of the day, can the market stay below OP? That is very, very critical and very, very important. Okay, all right. So at the moment now, the market is kind of bullish because yesterday the rebound was pretty interesting. It rebounded off the cage support level. Can you see that? It rebounded off the cage support level. Yeah, beautiful, right? And it also almost rebounded off from the KCB level. Okay, KCB level. All right, there were two KCB yesterday. One at 35,260, which we mentioned. Another one is at 35,108.109 level. So the market is still kind of very supported at this moment right now. The only thing that I did express my concern for you guys is that, do you remember this? I said, right, this is the historical high of the Dow Jones, and it happened to be a BNB. All right, I already said this before. I'm not too sure whether you have remembered this. I said that, right, whenever you see the historical high or historical low or cycle low, because it's very hard to have historical low. Well, so historical high and cycle low is a BNB, right? Traders must be careful. I think I've said that to you, right? So I hope you remember. So of course, what it means that the market will go down? Not really, but of course, the trajectory is possible to go down by at least 1/4 if it stays down, right? So that is what I'm seeing here. Okay, so that is the Dow Jones for today. So Dow Jones for today, let's just do the analysis. Now, opening price is between the two pivot 1 and pivot 2. So by right, the KSI is green. So if the market goes up, it is very easy for the Dow Jones to see KTR +1. It should be very easy for the market to see KTR +1. Okay. Now, if let's say by 2:30 to 3 p.m. Singapore time, which is what I share in PTP, it's called the halfway mark time. If the Dow Jones still cannot go up to KTR +1 and go below OP, then the probability of it going down to KTR -1 is there. But based on what I'm seeing right now, the Dow Jones, let's take a look. The Dow Jones KTR +1 is at 35,395. So we're like probably 40 points away. For the Dow Jones to hit 40 points upside in this current situation now, it's kind of possible, all right? So I'm not half surprised if the Dow Jones do recover. Now, with Dow Jones, you can see there was a lot of KCB level at 35,260. That's why it stabilized there. They also have a short-term TSCB line. So all these are holding up the market right now for the Dow Jones, okay? So there is a possibility for the Dow Jones to travel upwards again back to 35,395, right? It is actually very, very possible. Okay, yeah? So watch out for this Dow Jones, all right? Now, Nasdaq. Now, Nasdaq, I already given you the warning, and I told you that Nasdaq, if it cannot hold the 15,028, then there will be some selling. And truth be told, the Nasdaq came down to 15,028 initially. Let me just bring to you. So the Nasdaq actually yesterday, if you look at it now, okay, watch. Now yesterday, the Nasdaq came down, broke below the 15,028. Then dramatically, it rebounded very strongly and almost created a new all-time high. Then after that, the later part, it came back down again, retested the 15,028, recover again, and the last round it failed, and that was where it closes below 15,028. So you can see that this 15,028 is a very, very powerful number. And how we got it from? We basically got it from the day chart MA30, right? We got it from the day chart MA30, all right? So that's why. Now today, where is the day chart MA30? Okay, let me just take away all the lines first. Too many lines. Okay, first of all, today the MA30 for the Nasdaq today is somewhere around here, and the number is 15,020. So it's a very nice number. 15,020 is the MA30. And is there any nearest BNB to watch out for? Wait a minute, let me do the MLP first. The MLP for today is somewhere around here, and that's about 15,058. Okay, so I write it down for you. Nasdaq MLP is 15,058. Estimate, and MA30 estimate is 15,020. Okay, so you can see that in MAO now I try to give you all more and more details. I also send it to you and post it to you, so you don't tell me that you are not able to get the numbers. Okay, maybe sometimes I rattle, maybe I'm not like I don't speak well, so maybe you guys say that you cannot hear, but now I write for you, right? And there'll be no more complaint. Okay, all right. I'm gonna put for you now the BNB for you. Well, the latest BNB, okay, so I need the computer to help us. The latest BNB is from this guy here. So the market now has traded below the BNB SL. So by right, we should see the lower end, which is here, 14,847. So that is what we should be seeing for the Nasdaq. All right, in terms of downside potential. Okay, downside potential, 14,847. Okay, all right, so that is Nasdaq. Write it down somewhere. Okay, let's look at the Nasdaq day chart, shall we, with the TWB system. Okay, so for the Nasdaq TWB system today, let's take a look right now. Okay, so what we have now is interesting. The opening price is actually below pivot 1, between pivot 1 and pivot 2. But the KSI is green. Okay, so which means that if the Nasdaq stays above OP, CCRY is a buy, that's for sure. And of course, if the Nasdaq stays above the pivot 1, it's a definite buy, because it's a trigger buy. So this is very different, right? From the conventional chart, it seems more to the downside, but the TWB chart is more to the upside. So which means that traders today, you need to be careful. So how do I devise a plan again? So first thing first, I will tell myself a very simple thing. Okay, the KSI is green and its opening price is near the pivot 1. So the probability of the market going out to KTR plus 1 is going to be high. It's going to be high, okay? Then if the market really goes down below OP, okay, below OP, then the maximum profit that I can see for now is actually only KTR minus 1. Now, if you go to KTR minus 2, it's going to be it's not going to be easy. Minus 1, higher chance, okay? Minus 1, higher chance, okay? So that's how I see it over here right now for this. Now, of course, same thing again. For the day chart, we are seeing a CCYR on the day chart. And if you're going to short a day chart, this is where you short, and the stop loss, you're going to put it here. Okay, this is where your stop loss should be. All right, clear? All right, so everybody is clear with the Nasdaq. Okay, if you're clear with Nasdaq, please key number 2 right now. Number 2. Now, Hang Seng has just created new high, the new day high today at 25,894. I did share with you, most likely the Hang Seng will recover today, and it's really happening right now. You see that? Wow, okay, it recovered quite a fair bit already. Okay, all right. So even though close at the low, it doesn't mean that the market has to go down. Okay, so that's why the difference is conventional. Is that conventional, you see the market going down below MA30, you will just short without even thinking it. This is absolutely wrong. You cannot do that. You cannot do that. You need to combine with this and our TWB chart. So TWB chart the TWB chart definitely, I'm pretty sure it doesn't allow you to sell, right? Look at it. You look at the Hang Seng, look at it now. It didn't give you any chance of selling. Okay, maybe now we are having a bit of resistance at pivot 2, pivot 1, but no selling. See, all the way the colors are yellow, the KSI is green. So that's why you really need to follow a system, a proper system to help you. And you just use randomized method, then after that you get so confused. Then if the result doesn't follow through, then end of the day, there's no one to blame but yourself. Okay? All right. Now look at this. This is really scary to the maximum. S&P 500. Oh my goodness. Thank you, Brian, Eric, Fred, Hosing, and Janet. Okay, look at how the craziness of this. The S&P 500 yesterday, I told you that the support level with 4419. 4419 should be the support for the S&P 500. And what is crazy is that the market really hit 4419 and rebounded. Oh my goodness. Let's look at it. Okay. Look at the 15-minute chart yesterday and look at it. Oh my goodness. Look at how incredible the way the market hit the 4419 level yesterday and rebounded. Oh my goodness. Don't you find this amazing? Don't you find this amazing? And if yesterday, if you have this information, 4419, would you bought some S&P 500? So this is the reason why I'm telling you this. The version 5, if once it's ready, right? Oh my goodness, I cannot really imagine how incredible it will be for all of us. It will really help us a lot. All right. Find it amazing? If you think it's amazing, please key the word amazing. All right. Because I find that very amazing, and I actually share with people, and I mean, people actually profited from there. I mean, this is really, really incredible, insane. In fact, is that how did the market know this level? Because we actually put a number early in the morning at 9 a.m. right now. Okay, we actually put a number. Remember that we put a number in the morning, right, during our morning MAO, and then after that, the market touches and rebounded. And that's the reason why I say I use linear weighted 30. There's a reason for everything because I back tested a lot. So I kind of know that this is the probably a better, more reliable indicator. Look at it, how perfect it is. All right, so today's number. Let's take a look at today's number. Now, today's number, I will definitely be watching very closely today. The number, there will be 4421. Now remember, this doesn't mean that I give you a number today, you have to go there. It doesn't mean that way. If the market stays above this number 4421, the market will be bullish, especially if it's above OP. Okay, this one you must remember that. Number 2, even if you go down to 4421, it has to stabilize there and then rebound, then you can buy. You cannot do a buy limit order. It's going to be very dangerous. It can be a falling knife. Number 3, most important, if the market drops below 4421, it will go down lower first. Okay. Now, this is uptrend market, although we know that by right, it should be recovering. But again, anything can happen in the market, anything. So if the market goes below 4421, it may slice down lower before even rebounding. So 3 main things to watch out for today for this S&P 4421 level, okay? Thank you guys. Thank you all for you guys, Brian, Fred, Eric, Janet. You guys are always my very strong supporters. Appreciate that, okay? So you can see that really this is what we need to do, 4421 level. Okay, so today number, very important. Okay, so right now for you, S&P. Okay, important level. MA30 estimate about 44.21. Okay. Okay, all right. So got the idea now? Okay, you got the idea. Now look at the MLP. MLP for it will be, okay, I'll just use a rate better. Okay, MLP for today is somewhere around here, 44.61, 44.61 level. Is there any BNB to be concerned for? Okay, let me just bring out all the BNB. Now you can see that I really, after my MAO, right, I don't really, after I write down my numbers already, I don't really look at the charts anymore because all the numbers are there. I just have to follow the charts. As in terms of the numbers, I don't really look at the pre-draw and stuff like that. I don't really practice that. Okay, so that's why you just, once you do your morning homework already, right, the rest you let the market decide. Okay, so what we have now, we have a new BNB to BNB yesterday before. So which means that if the market do lose the BNB SL level, that is 44.38, there is a possibility for the S&P to drop. But for the last 2 days, you can see the market stabilized at the BNB SL level for 2 days already, including today, of course. So it seems that the market knows that this 44.38 is a very strong support level. Only if it close below, then it may test the MA30. And if it tests MA30 and fail, then the next level will be 43.94. Okay, now that is only if the thing happened. So you can see that our strategy is very systematic and it's all about rules. We don't see we don't really bother about what's happening right now. We don't talk about drawing trend lines. We don't do all this. In fact, we just make it very, very simple to make it easy for us to understand and apprehend. Okay, all right. So that is the S&P 500. So guys, do your best. Make sure you do well on this. Okay, Hang Seng beautifully hit the hit the pivot 1 level, BNB reverse U-turn. So again, you can see why our pivot is so powerful. You see that live right now. Incredible. Okay. All right. But again, let's do it S&P first. S&P 500. Okay. Now S&P today is also a CCYR. So today, all three of them, Dow Jones, Nasdaq, S&P, all of them are CCYR positioning on the day chart. So CCYR positioning, if you want to short the S&P, you're to short at the below OP of the entry bar today, and a stop loss, put it here. Okay. So that's what you need to do. But because the KSI is green, so you should activate only half a bullet size, okay? All right, half a bullet size, and also reduce your expectation, meaning your TP level, try to put it nearer to you in terms of nearest chocolate bar, okay? Okay, so for today, the opening price and the close, what will happen? Okay, now the opening price is between pivot 1 and pivot 2, the KSI is green, so same thing again, if the market is supposed to go up, right, to go up to KTR plus 1 should be walk in the park. But if let's say by 2:30 to 3 o'clock, if the market still doesn't go up to KTR plus 1, then and goes below OP, then the probability of the market going down to KTR minus 1 is kind of high. Okay, it's kind of high. So traders, you need to watch out for all this. Okay, these are very, very important stuff that you must take note of. Okay, all right. So that is the indices for you. Let's look at the other market like DAX. Now DAX yesterday continue to trade a bit lower. It was down initially, but after that it rebounded strongly. Okay, so again, we need to put the BNB right now. Okay, put the BNB in, and then let's take a look. Wow. Okay, so this is all the lines. Okay, let me just take out all the lines away so that you don't be confused. You know what to do. Okay. Okay, so first of all, we have the new all-time high 2 days ago for the DAX. And then we have the BNB that is about 5 days ago. So the BNB, the market is supposed to push it up towards this point here. We shall not see right now is 16,000. Okay, I write it down for you. The extension here is at 16,051. I know you cannot see over that side, my face blocking it. So I just write for you now. The BNB extension is 16,051. But now the market is trying to stabilize at the BNB RL level. Can you see that? It tried to stabilize above it. So there is a possibility for the market. There is a possibility for the market to test back the extension here again at 16,051. It is possible, okay? It is possible for the market to test here. Okay, all right, it is possible. All right, so for today's, the MA 30 is somewhere here is pretty far away. So it's about 15,713 kind of far away. So I will mention. Okay, the MLP, I'll put it in for today. This is the MLP. All right. So as long as the DAX stays above MLP today, DAX should be going higher. Okay, as long as DAX stays above the MLP. So what's the MLP for DAX today? Let's put it in 15,898. So roughly there. Okay, right now, DAX MLP is 15,000. This is estimated 15,898. Okay, so you can see it's really, we done it in a very systematical form. We really follow through. Nothing is edited and changed and stuff like that throughout the day. We don't say that, oh, today market is this like this, then later on in the afternoon we say like that, market's like that, we change again. We don't do this. Once we get the plan in the morning, we just follow through. Okay, so that's how we do it. Okay, so now let's look at the another market called Nikkei. Now, Nikkei today has recovered a little bit because the dollar recovered. The dollar strengthened yesterday, so that's why now the Nikkei recovered because the yen trading lower. Okay, yen, dollar yen means dollar versus a yen. And if the dollar yen is going up, that means the dollar is strengthening against the yen. And of course, to Japan, they want a weaker yen. Okay, so apparently this is what is happening right now. Okay, so the MA30 for today is kind of far away at 27,784. So it's like probably 200 points away, so not really a big thing to concern for. The MLP, well, let's look at the MLP. The MLP for today is somewhere around here, and we already have a first trigger at 27,520. We have a first trigger there. So in terms of BNB, let's put it in. Okay, there we go. All right, the market has already broke the BNB SL level, and it broke below, and the profit was given. So now the current BNB, we don't really need to bother that much. Okay, so yeah, that is what happened to the Nikkei. And if you're going to put the Nikkei day chart into the picture, let's put the day chart in the picture. Okay, so this is Nikkei today's day chart. Let's take a look and practice this. Now, the opening price is actually between the two pivot 1 and pivot 2, but the KSI is red. So which means that for Nikkei, now one thing to note, because if the market goes above OP and pivot 1, CCRY is a buy on the Nikkei. All right. But because the KSI is great, so I would say that maybe KTR +1 to KTR +2, that will be the rough area that you should take profit on because the KSI is green. That's right, it's red in color. So let's see the Nikkei this morning. Do we have that? Okay, so very clear. This is the morning opening price. Then the market stabilized. And then after that, the market do a CCRY. Okay, so you buy here. Your first target is KTR +1, already manifested already. Okay, already manifested because above OP, above pivot 1 is always a buy, right? Above OP, above pivot 1 is a buy. And if you buy, you have, you would have entered here. And now this is your stop loss. Okay, so the market already hit your TP level, right? So you should have taken some profit already. So you can see that it's as simple as that. So even now in Japan, we can still trade in the market rather easily. Okay, cool. All right, so that is the Nikkei right now. Okay, so that is all for the indices. Let's look at China once again before we go to commodities. Oops, China has came back down again. It went below the opening price by stabilizing at the BNB SL level. Hong Kong, pullbacks from the high, rejected the MLP, and now it's coming down a little bit. So that's why Hong Kong, we have all these levels to watch out for. Okay, Hong Kong is straight now below. Okay, Hong Kong is just now very marginally near to the OP price. It went at the high of 924, which is about 200 points above the opening, about 200 points above OP. Now has given back all the profits. Market is kind of weak. You can see that. Okay. Okay, so that is Hong Kong for all of us. Let's look at the commodities market, shall we? Okay, let's look at gold. Oh, wow, look at it. Gold yesterday, we mentioned, right, 1787 is a very important MA30 level, 1787. And if you look at yesterday's gold, you can see yesterday gold, it was trading 1787 throughout the entire day. Then after that, that was Thursday. Then after that, it was Thursday. It was Monday. Then on Tuesday, gold tried to stabilize at 1787, and the moment it goes below 1787, it crashed down all the way. But after that, it stabilized itself and recovered. Okay, so now what do we look out for gold for today? Let's put it into retrospect. Okay, so for gold today, let me just take out all the lines first. All these are not that important lines for time being. Okay, hold on. Okay, so for gold today, now it's very clear that gold yesterday is a doji day. I repeat, yesterday is another doji. Now it's very rare to see so many doji in a short period of time, but that means that the market, there's one previously here, that was a few days ago, this was like 2-3 days ago. So you can see 2 doji now, you're having a 3rd doji today. So doji will lead to a directional day today if the market do take a position. So above OP, then you look to the buy side. Below OP, you look to the sell side. Okay, so guys, take note of that. So I can write it down for you. Okay, gold is a doji yesterday. Hence, there is a chance to see a DD today. All right, do know that DD means directional day. Okay, directional day. Okay, so now with that, okay, let's watch. Okay, first of all, my MLP is somewhere near here. It's very tight, about 1786. My MLP is 1786. My MA30 is also somewhere near there, 1786 or 87. So it's about same level yesterday, right? So because of that, 1787 will be a level to watch out for today. If the gold stays above 1787, gold should be going up. Now the MA200 is very nearby, and that's 1804, which incidentally is the KCB level. Remember that yesterday? Yeah. So 1787 is the MA30 level. So if gold stays above MA30, 1787, gold will go up to 1804. Okay, clear? Okay, so I write down gold if can stay above 1787 today, it may see 1804, which is the MA200. All right, so all these are important information that I already done it for you. All you need to do is that if you can just monitor it on your own, then of course it'll be good to see some profits if it happens. All right. So I done all the homework for you already. Okay, let's look at gold today. Gold is stabilizing the weekly chart, all right, at the 50% mark for the Fibonacci. So there is a very good chance that gold could go higher now. Someone asked me this question yesterday, Cal. If gold came down so much, right, and let's say should it rebound, would it mean that it will rebound the same magnitude? Well, it is possible. I repeat, it is possible. So you take the high and the low. The high and the low is about $92, right? So the market, if you go by $92, you should be able to reach this point here, and that is maybe about 1868. All right, 1868 level for gold if it goes up. And of course, the nearest so-called weekly BNB is about 1876 level. So you can watch out for that, okay? Okay, 1868 will be good enough, if you're asking me. 1868, good enough. Okay, so let's look at the gold today, shall we? Now for gold today, okay, today's gold is interesting. The opening price is between the two pivot 1 and pivot 2. KSI is green, ignore the red because you don't look at the current market. Then there's no blue bars at the bottom. So it's kind of bullish, right? So which means that if yesterday is a doji day and today is likely a directional day by statistics, then there is a possibility that today gold should be going up all the way, and minimally is 1800. If it goes higher, 1804, which happened to be also the MA200 level. So I repeat myself again, if gold stays above OP today, gold can go to 1800 first because that is the pivot level. Then it may go to 1804 because that is the KCB and also the moving average 30 level. All right, so guys, today watch out for gold. Okay, gold could bring some great happiness for you today. Okay, all right, so that is gold for today. All clear? How about silver? Now, silver has came down yesterday because of the dollar strength, but it stabilized itself, and now it's trading above the MLP of the silver MLP. So at the moment now, there's no much reason to be concerned for. All right, let's just put in the BNB just to verify. All right, there's no more BNB available. The last one was already here. That was back in July. The market already given the TP level, so you can't utilize it anymore. All right, so from here itself, it is very clear that silver is consolidating, and of course, as long silver and gold, as long gold goes higher, silver will likely follow through. All right, so we'll watch how silver progress later. Okay. All right, that is the silver for you. Let's look at crude oil. Now, crude oil, I keep on saying the same thing like a broken recorder, and it's still happening. I said that most likely crude oil will go down, and it's coming down. And if it goes down, the equity market will come down, which is also happening. So where will it stop? Well, at least to the MA200. The MA200 is $65.48. Okay, $65.48. So this is something that we can take note of. Now, again, the thing is this was MLP for today is somewhere around here, and that is about $66.75. Now, is there any BNB to be of concern? Well, let me just put up the chart indicator. Okay, this is the BNB from mid-July, and already the TP have been given. Then after that, there is no more BNB to use, so nothing there. Oh, sorry, stretching a bit tired. Yesterday, went back home, do my preparation. This morning, 5 o'clock already, right? So kind of tired. All right, $65.48 is the BNB, sorry, the MA200 level, and that level I think you should watch. Okay, so right for you now. Crude oil, crude MA30 estimate. Now all these are for today only. All these levels are for today. All the above MA estimate, all the MA and MLP estimates are for today only. This only for today's usage. Okay, all right, thank you very much. Take note of that. It's only for today's usage. Okay, and last one to look at crude oil. Now, today's crude oil not that favorable. Look at it. The opening price is between the two pivot, but the KSI happened to be red in color. So if the price goes down below OP, it should come down to $65.33. And the next KCB level can really drop all the way to $63.71. Now, if economically the whole world is not performing, economy is not so good, then by right, crude oil will go down in price. This is something it's reflective. It's a reflection of the stock market. All right, the global market, right? But the stock market is going on its own, so it's a different thing altogether. Okay. Okay, guys, I have completed all the market analysis, technical analysis. We're going to go into the news and fundamentals and alternate market views. Now, today, there's a lot of stuff, 2 very good videos for you to watch, so stay tuned, all right? I have already prepared a speaker, so you guys can actually get to hear this, okay? All right. All right, so we go for a quick 10 seconds break, 10 seconds to get some water break, then we will go into the fundamentals. Okay, all right. The bull goes guru. Okay, sorry. Okay, let's go to the fundamentals now. Okay, first of all, guys, we have this coming event, this coming Saturday. I know that you guys may have planned, but this Saturday, I really think that you should attend this coming Saturday event, because this Saturday event, right, we talk about gold and we talk about stock market, and I just received the PowerPoint from Benedict. Oh my goodness, the stuff are really good, okay, And I myself have already prepared some great stuff. I prepared at least 20 charts for you. And this one I'm not seen on MAO. I purposely keep it on the side so that you guys can benefit. So you have to watch, you have to attend this coming Saturday's event. Okay, it's 21st of this Saturday, 21st of August. It's at 11 a.m. All right, the registration link. All right, okay, we have already put it in all our Telegram. You can go through that again. All right, now we have about 60 people have already signed up already, so left about 240. Now usually we know that it will be sold out, mean taken out very fast. So guys, make sure you tell your friends that they have to go and attend, because this is going to be very important. More than 20 charts are available to share with you, and these are not found in mainstream media. I guarantee you this. Okay. All right. Now, yesterday we have the core retail sales and the retail sales number, and you can see it was drastic. The market was looking at least 0.1 for the core retail sales. It came in negative 0.4. Then the retail sales, they already backed down from the previous 0.7 to now minus 0.3. Worse, it came out minus 1.1. Now, take note of this, FYI. With the stock market so high right now, it is still if the retail sales are still going down, right? That is very scary, because if not, all right, imagine this, if the stock market do pull back, lesser money available in the system, then of course the retail sale will go even lower. And interestingly, yesterday, Jerome Powell came in to talk, but when he talked itself, right, he was not covering this. In fact, he was just being like, not really in the mood to speak. In fact, he was just talking about the COVID-19 cases in the world, and he said that he cannot really forecast this outlook. So I'll share with you what he said later on through Lisman. So the Dow Jones initially was down all the way. Then after that, at about 2 a.m., where Jerome Powell come and speak, and Jerome Powell gave a pretty strong statement and said that, right, anyway, the market is still reasonable. And of course, they have the means and tools, the market rebounded. So that's why the Dow Jones rebounded about 100 points after Jerome Powell speaks. Now, the Dow Jones snapped the 5 days winning streak for more than 280 points. Well, the main thing is this is the retail sale concern, and also the slowing global economy growth intensify. All right, so that is what they say. All right, so the thing is this, because the retail sale dropped. So yesterday, seemingly, suddenly everybody started to express concern for the economy. While the last few times when the consumer confidence was down, when the CPI was up, they didn't bother. So today, retail sales, seemingly, they are just talking about this, all right? So they are saying that, right, they are looking at the consumer strength going forward, even though now it's down, but they believe that it will recover, okay? So it's kind of optimism here. So let's watch this video. I turn on the volume for you. I think you should be able to hear it nice and clear today. Cheers. Oh, okay. So it's not able with that. Let me just do this. Hold on. Okay, hold on. I just have to do something here.
How confusing everything is on retail sales. So clothing, for example, this is month over month, down 2.6, sporting goods down, department stores weak. What happened to the rebound here? Internet sales down. Bars and restaurants, though, my favorite indicator, though, was, I should say, up 1.7. Sorry about that, up 1.7 for bars and restaurants. This is very hard to read this because of the confusion around the variant. How much is it really messing with the reopening? And the answer is it's messing with it a little bit, for sure, not necessarily a lot. We just don't know how long it's going to continue. Same thing with Home Depot. We get this argument, and Jim's absolutely right. These are great numbers out of Home Depot. Comp store sales up 4.5. Okay, we were expecting 5. Operating margins went up, by the way, 20 basis points. Operating margins are still terrific for them. The transaction, see, this is a proxy for the traffic. This is the peak everything story. Everyone says, you see, not as many people going into the store. All right, yeah. Average ticket was up, though, very nicely. Thank you very much for that. So, the important thing is just to see what's going on. Up 11.3% for the average ticket. Those are pretty good numbers. Here's the problem with Home Depot. It's beating the Dow beating the S&P for the last 2 years, and year to date, it's up 26%. It's a consistent earnings grower. PE is very consistent on this company, 20, 21, 22, somewhere around there. It's got a higher PE than Lowe's. That's the problem. So it plays into the peak everything story, and they say, well, how much better can it get? Even though the numbers are still excellent. And that's what's so frustrating about this. You have excellent numbers, and you still fall into the cynical, it's just peak everything story, essentially. Another peak everything story. Did you see the global fund managers? We follow this every month from Merrill Lynch. It's full of peak everything sentiment, essentially. Peak growth. Most of them feel that this is the peak growth period, peak profit period. Importantly, they also feel it's in peak inflationary expectations. 65% of those surveyed said inflation is indeed going to be transitory, and 84% did say they felt there was going to be tapering before the year end. So a mixed bag, but again, playing into the peak everything story. The China stock story, I think, is a very important one because you're getting a double-barreled shot here from both regulators on both sides. You heard about the China regulators drafting guidelines to prevent the internet companies from engaging in anti-competitive practices, but
Okay, not too sure, guys. You can hear it loud this time around. I actually tried to put a speaker, but apparently, once I put on my microphone, this one doesn't really work. So, okay. So apology on that. Okay, but I will put up the video again later on to our this Any Under Sun group. All right. So basically, in short itself, we're talking about this happening right now. We're talking about the market is pretty concerned. The peak growth is key point. And even like Home Depot itself, they are actually having some pullback recently. Okay. All right. So let's just review what happened on the Dow Jones yesterday. So the Dow Jones yesterday, the opening price is actually here, and that was near the pivot 2. And of course, we learned this. Okay, guys. Below OP, below pivot 2. There's only one answer to this. What would that be? Below OP, below pivot 2, guys. What should we do? Can I have your answer, please? I know that I asked this many times, but it's always a good revision. What should we do? Below OP, below pivot 2, what should we do? Can you tell me? All right, there are about 57 of you this morning. Let me see how many of you are actually awake. All right, what should we do? Below OP, below pivot 2, what should we do? Okay, Brian, CCYR short below OP and minus and pivot 2. Okay, all right. All right, sell, or Fred says sell on CCYR. Okay, Eric says below OP, below pivot 2, CCYR sell. Okay, that is a perfect answer that I'm looking out for in a way. Right, below OP, below pivot 2, CCYR sell. See 4 step. Okay, Janet also not wrong, CCYR sell. But again, the point is the model answer will be below OP, below pivot 2, CCYR sell. Okay, so you guys got it, right? Now, if the KSI is green, then how? That means that take profit between KTR -1 to -2. Okay, that's what you should do. That means if the KSI is green, take profit between KTR -1 and -2. So yes, indeed, Vincent, you got it correct. CCYR below OP, just sell. All right, so if you have really got the idea, then let's see what happened on the minute chart. Okay, so let's go and revisit this. So first of all, we have the OP right here. We have the OP right here. We had a pivot 2 right here. So guys, everybody take a look. Below OP, below P2, CCYR, sell. Below OP, below pivot 2, CCYR, sell. Below OP, below pivot 2, CCYR, sell. Below OP, below pivot 2, sell. 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 Can you see that? That is what you need to do, guys. It's so simple. And of course, to take profit, you should take it at KTR -1, which is here, and KTR -2, which is here. Okay, good enough. Now, of course, the market go down to KTR -3, but that was already very late. So you don't need to worry by that. But the point is this, guys, which system in the world is so simple? You just have to follow the rule. And the rule is below OP, below pivot 2, Classic trade, CCYR, just sell. It's as simple as that. This is why, and I already tell you guys, really, this is happening every other day. Amazing. This is how easy it is. Really, I have not seen any system so systematic, so easy to use. You just have to follow. This is really amazing. Correct now, guys. Congratulations to all of you guys who actually got it correct. And yesterday, I know someone made as much as $40,000 yesterday just shorting the market. They just follow the rules. CCYR, 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 CCYR. 40,000 US dollar. Oh my goodness. Really incredible, guys. This is what you have to believe in it. That's all, my friend. We don't need to really care about what is happening geographically. We don't care about what's happening around the whole world. We just have to follow the rules and you are done. Okay? It's as simple as that. Congratulations to those who have followed the rules. Now, how about this one, guys? How about this? This is gold yesterday above OP. Sorry, OP between the pivot 1 and pivot 2. KSI is green in color, no blue bars. Okay, so this is going to be simple. So above OP, CCRY buy. But then the buy itself, the CCRY must come with a BNB and it must trigger something. Then it's verified. Then if it goes to pivot 1, if it cannot go up, it will come back down, right? It will come back down. If you want to sell, it had to be a CCYR and then trigger the pivot 1 and pull back. Okay, so that's what you need to do. So if the KSI is green, that means that the market should go to KTR plus 1 rather easily, right? So let's see again, did it really happen according to plan? So the market was ding dong, ding dong, ding dong the first in the morning, which I told you don't need to bother. Then after that, we have a CCRY. Now this CCRY happened, but there was no BNB, really don't have. So in a way, set, because there was no BNB, and if you didn't buy, if the market goes up like this, you may not have bought. So we had to be real here. Don't because we see it and we change our mind. No, we really didn't have a chance to buy. I would have entered if there's a BNB, but it didn't have. So too bad. So the market eventually went to KTR plus 1, right? As we predicted, indeed. Then after that, what happened? The market kind of got resisted at the KTR, at the stack, KTR plus 1 and the pivot 1. So if you shorted on pivot, CCYR, you are shorted, you put a stop loss order, you may or may not get triggered depending how much your buffer. But let's say you will stop out. Okay, you stop out. You try again, you may be stop out again for the second time. All right, because you know why? You notice at the bottom, the KSI is all the way green, right? Now, the one that will give you a good trade. Can you take a look at this one here? This is beautiful, guys. What is this? What is this guy? Can you tell me this short, is it good? On hindsight, is this short good? Can you tell me what are the reasons why this short that I'm now drawing is good? Can you tell me? Can anyone remember what I tell you in the system itself? All right, it's a BNB, correct? Someone, anything else? Why is this short excellent? Can you tell me? Other than it's a BNB, anything else? Tell me why is this short good? So Brian says it's a BNB, trigger KTR plus 1 and pivot 1 also good. Okay, can you make it even better? Can anyone make it even better? Okay, I remember I said this many times, and I remember I said this yesterday during MAO. Okay, right, let me have already all the answers coming in. Fred says seller change at pivot with BNB. Okay. Okay, Fred say very powerful. Okay. BNB trigger pivot 1, KTR plus 1, CCYR. Okay. Vincent say color change. Okay. Let me give you the model answer here. Okay. Number 1. First of all, you're right. CCYR, any color change triggered pivot is always very powerful. Okay. Very powerful. Yes, correct, Carl. You got it, Carl. Hey, that's one. Okay. Then you notice that this CCYR, the color change lap over the pivot. That's why it's most powerful. When the color change lap over pivot, it's most powerful. Number 2, very important. The market is a BNB. So it's by right, color change already at pivot is very powerful. But if you come with BNB, wow, it'll be amazing. And if the BNB happen to be the high of the day, I told you, right? Whenever you see BNB at the high of the day or the low of the day, right, you must utilize it. And this one, the perfecto is that it is the high of the day. It's a BNB, the CCYR, it triggered the pivot one and triggered the KTR plus one. It's a stack over there. Definitely it's a sell. Look downwards. The KSI turned red. The blue bars in there. Then after that, it extended downwards. Wow, that means that the selling pressure came in, and wow, look at the way the gold collapsed. Amazing. $14 is just like that. So why do we tell you guys that BNB at the high, hit BNB at the low, color change, pivots, all these things are so important. So guys, don't you realize that we really have an amazing system? A system that we have been saying, and we just have to follow through. You just have to believe what you see right now for you. Now, of course, some will say, but Kel, we didn't have time to monitor the market. Correct. That's why we need to do this MAO every day. And we try to make it as big as possible and let you guys remember this. And of course, when you guys remember this, you post it in a group chat, all of us will benefit. But of course, I realize that some of people actually, they keep to themselves because they're scared that what if they tell people is wrong and how. No need to worry. Even though you get it wrong, it doesn't matter. Okay? But lovely, right? Look at it. It is always there. These patterns are always there, available on the market. Just that we just either we don't believe it, or we see it, but we don't think that it will happen. But you can see that it keep on repeating on its own. Amazing, right? All right. So guys, if you think that this is a powerful system, right? Give me a thumbs up, okay? Give me a thumbs up right now, all right? Put on, flash it in. Give me all the thumbs up, guys. All right, give me all the thumbs up. All right, I would love to see the thumbs up now flashing on the screen. You know, the one that where you can put a thumbs up, the love, and just fly it up. Okay, yes, it's coming in. Yay, the thumbs up is flying in. Now, the thing is, it's really working. That is a point. You can say all you want, but you can say things, crazy stuff, but it's really working. Okay, it's really working. And I can tell you this, this is amazing, really incredible. All right, thank you guys. Thank you, Eric. Thank you, Anthony, and all those who are flashing in. Thank you guys so much. This is really working. You cannot lie about this. You can't really lie about this. Okay, all right. Okay, thank you guys. Appreciate that. All right, so now let's go into the global news right now. Jerome Powell last night during the in the meeting, he said, not certain Delta outbreak will dent recovery. Okay, that means he's trying to say that, right, he's not certain that this Delta will actually cause a problem. In fact, he says that, right, it's still unclear, and he felt that, right, COVID is still with us. It will be continue for a while, but it doesn't mean that the business and people will stop. In fact, it's time to continue. And he believes that, right, it's learn to adapt to live our life despite COVID. I think that is trying to say to you, COVID or no COVID, life continue. All right, that's what this Jerome Powell has expressed yesterday. Now, of course, because of COVID, retail sales dropped already. You can see, just now I told you, right, retail sales down. And of course, now with inflation going up itself, right, this is the problem, because retail sales down or inflation up is a stagflation potential. And of course, now some of the policymakers, they are kind of worried. They think that it's time to really consider to do something. And I tell you before already, if the economy really want to recover, they must stop people from playing the stock market. They should let them go back to work. Then people will go back to work already, right? People will really stimulate the economy. But you keep on feeding people with free money in the stock market, who will want to work? It doesn't make any much sense. And over New Zealand, wow, really, if Singapore is kiasu, this one's super kiasu already. Now, Arden, and we know, right, she's a lady who leads New Zealand right now. One COVID case, they locked down the entire nation. My goodness, just one case, she locked it down. So New Zealand Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern put the nation under strict lockdown on Tuesday, which is yesterday, after one new case of coronavirus was reported in the largest city of Auckland. So just one case, they locked it down. Oh my God, really incredible. All right, so imagine this. I mean, this is the right way to do, but it's not going to be easy, not acceptable. She really needs to have the support of people, all right? But to her, it's the best thing to get it done over it. I totally agree with you. If you get it done over it, it's settled. But the problem is that many countries can't do that. It's going to be very difficult for them. That's why, wow, this is really amazing. One case only. My God. Okay. All right. Now, because of COVID, obviously, shoppers spend lesser. This is more details. You can see that now. Because of COVID now, there are more people getting worried, and they feel that this is time to be very careful or save up some money. Hence, therefore, they believe that, right, even though the outlook is still positive, but traders, these retailers, consumers, they rather go slow. All right. Now, this is the very interesting in a way. Texas Governor Abbott, he who banned mask and vaccine mandate. All right, he means he banned them. He don't allow it. Tested for positive for COVID. Okay, so it is so silly. You know why? He made a campaign stop, okay, to a large group of people. Okay, this is the guy. Okay, look at his face. And then he did this. Oh my goodness. None of them are wearing masks. I don't know whether they are vaccinated or not. It's not mentioned here. But oh my goodness. Look at it. It's really no way. Okay. And he got the virus. Oh, he who banned vaccination, he who band-aids, he who banned masks now got the COVID himself. Of course, now he's recovering. I mean, I don't know what to say. Look at it. This is really crazy stuff. Really incredible. All right. So there are many real good reasons to stay bullish in the market. Let's take a look right now. Oops, sorry. I think there's some PowerPoint issue. Okay. Let me just correct this. Okay, Palantir bought $50 million worth in gold bars in August. Yes, they just bought it recently. Because they have more and more cash on coming in. All right, there's cash power down. This is a Peter tier company, and I know some of you guys are buying it to keep for long term. Well, honestly, I also see this counter to go long term now. It'll be pretty good, but now it's like, I'm still not comfortable to buy yet myself. Okay, anyway, they bought. Okay, when the price of gold went to 2,000, people got worried because pandemic was there and government stimulus was continuing and stuff like that. Okay, but during August, which is this month, the company Palantir purchased $50.7 million worth of 100-ounce gold bar. Wow. Okay, so they bought it. Okay, they bought a lot of gold. So does it mean that they know something we don't know, or because they are buying because they have money now, or they are buying because they want to protect their so-called current position? I don't know, but at least I'm sharing with you now that there are people like them, a company buying gold bar and buying as much as $50 million. Wow. Okay. All right, now Cathie Wood says that Michael Burry doesn't understand innovation space after he bets against the ARK fund. So I do not believe that he understands the fundamental. Wow, Dr. Michael Burry don't understand. Wow, okay. So apparently Cathie Wood went on Twitter and he said a lot of stuff. I think some of them are worth reading it, so I share this with you. So first of all, he gave credit to Michael Burry for a great call in the fundamental of the calamity brewing in the housing mortgage. But he believed that in terms of creating explosive growth and investment opportunity in the innovation space, he doesn't know. Okay, that's what she says. And she felt that, right, ARK Innovation is dedicated to researching planted during the last 20 years. So he felt that all this technology will become a new thing. And I agree with her. So you must understand, Cathie Wood made her name for herself after a banner 2020, which ARK return ROI more than about 150%. Okay, so because of that itself, right, she got so popular, and she also very popular on her own YouTube channel, and now her asset funds about $22.5 billion. Okay, so wow. So Cathie Wood says that, right, okay, if they are correct, GDP and revenue growth will diminish until opportunity in the nascent technology began to move macro needles. So in short itself, right, even though that the GDP may be going down, revenue may be going down, but technology innovation will continue. And she felt that, right, the price of commodities itself, right, is breaking down, and all these increasing, and the increase of the dollar is going to also cause the market to shift focus, and this money will move down to this. So the deflation in commodity prices is cyclical, but it's adding to the circular forces caused by the technologically enabled disruptive innovation. Okay, good deflation and creative destruction. So in short, basically trying to say is that, right, the rest can be down, but that will push the force of money resources towards the technology side, and that is whereby she believed that the market will go up. And this is what everybody believes too, because that's the reason why the Nasdaq is going up, and that's why, a lot of these counters, the fangs are all moving. So this is her argument. You can go to Twitter and you can find her Cathie Wood, and then you can read all about that. All right, but she's definitely very upset with Michael Burry, that's for sure. And she says that, right, okay, now the thing is this, she just feels that, right, the bears seem to believe that the inflation will continue to accelerate, shortening the investment time horizon and destroying valuation. Now, despite what we believe have been a supply chain related short-term burst in inflation, both equity and bonds have appreciated since March. She's trying to say that, right? So Michael Burry, you call for sell, but the market is going up. So you are wrong. So simple as that. Okay, that's what she's trying to say. So who will be correct? Michael Burry will be correct? Or do you think that Cathie Wood will be correct? What do you think, guys? Who do you think will be correct? Cathie Woods or Michael Burry? In your opinion, please key your answer right now. Who do you think will be correct? Michael Burry or Cathie Woods? All right, please key your answer right now. I want to see what's the cam here. Okay, this is gonna be fun though. Oh, okay. So Eric say Michael Burry. Anthony say Michael Burry. Jerome Powell say hello, Lipian. Yeah, I agree. Okay. Carl say I trust this Michael Burry analysis. Okay. Well, I think that you must see from the both of them. They have their merits on what they're saying in the different sector. But again, I put it this way, when the market goes up in total, definitely anything will also go up. When the market is down, everything also go down. So they are just targeting the sector they are talking about. So I cannot really say who's right, who's wrong. So all I can say is that maybe Cathie Wood will be correct in the later part after maybe a good pullback. Then she'll be right, in my opinion. That's how I see it. All right, so this is ARK Innovation. Overall, ARK is still doing all right. The Fibonacci shows that the market is now at the difference about at 38.2 to 23.6. This is my own drawing. So overall, still okay lah. I mean, if Michael Burry is shorting it itself, right? He is not shorting a downtrend market. So the good side is there's more meat to go down. If there's some selling, there'll be more meat for it to go down, because that will be quite sizable. But on the flip side, that means that you look at the volume analysis over here itself, it seems to be pretty decent. So if let's say the market do recover, then of course we're talking about 140 again. So my personal take is this: for those who believe in this Cathie Wood, you should look at this price to go back to 140. For those who take Michael's Burry Wood, then of course we're looking at $80. Okay, so this is my personal take. Okay, my personal take. 140 or $80. Okay, this is something that I can share with you, my personal take. Now I got no view on this. I think that both equally right. One is short term, one is longer term. That's all. Okay, so that is my view on Michael Burry and Cathie Wood. Okay. All right, so now we'll go to the last part, is the alternate market views. I'm going to share with you what I believe, or I captured for you for today in terms of the bearish side, or the people who are not that comfortable to go long. Okay, let's just watch this. Now, I have prepared for you a very good video to talk about the tapering, and I think it's pretty good. But for a reason like this right now, I cannot really show it to you. Okay, so I have to wait. Something's wrong here. Okay, let's take it away. Okay, the growing support within the Federal to announce the tapering of bond purchase in September. Actually, it's a very good video. It's worth about 3 minutes plus. It's basically to tell you a lot more on the bond market and why the Federal chiefs are now moving it. But then again, because you all may not hear it clearly, and my site is down very noisy, all the drilling, I will put up the video later on to the ending under the sun group itself. Right? Apology on this. Okay, this one too bad, cannot really hear. Okay.
Some news on the Fed taper timeline as well.
Can you hear?
Our senior economics reporter Steve Leisman has that for us. Morning, Steve.
Good morning, Carl. The Federal Reserve's Open Market Committee looks to be coalescing around a plan to announce it will taper its asset purchase in September and begin reducing them actually a month or so after. Interviews with officials, along with their public comments, show growing support for a faster taper timeline than the market expected just a month ago. Those changing views follow strong jobs data the past couple of months, along with higher inflation, especially that producer price index. So a new potential timeline or taper timeline could look like this: a taper announcement in September. Last month, market consensus had been centered around November or even December. The taper beginning in October or November. Again, that actual market consensus had been a couple months later. All this depends on how much advance notice the Fed wants to give markets. And a tapering that lasts 8 to 10 months. I'm hearing a lot of folks say 8 months, depending upon how aggressive the Fed wants to be in reducing those $120 billion in asset purchases each month. Sure, no decision has been made yet. The committee could delay the start or the announcement until November, especially if August jobs data proves to be weak, the Delta variant sparks a new round of economic lockdowns, or inflation readings ease off precipitously. But Fed Chair Jay Powell, he said recently that he did not foresee a large economic impact from Delta, that the Fed, quote, should take seriously the risk of higher inflation. Powell has yet to speak since all that data came out. The July jobs report beating expectations, and the producer price index coming in at double the street consensus. Focus now turns to Powell's Jackson Hole speech and other Fed speak there, where Powell could indeed set the table for that September announcement. We have at 4:30 p.m. We'll be asking these questions and talking to Boston Fed President Eric Rosenkrantz, the first on CNBC. Victor Burry.
Steve, you've done such great reporting on this, and you've spoken with so many Fed officials here. How narrow of a gap would you say there is between the hawks and the doves right now?
You know, it's a matter of months, and I think it's something that Powell, who has proven to be very good at bringing consensus to the committee, can pull together pretty easily. He's got a bunch of levers to use here. For example, he can announce in September and then delay the beginning until November. Also can do it if he wants to satisfy the doves, a 10-month taper timeline, or if he wants to satisfy the hawks, an 8-month taper timeline. So he's got some ways to create consensus. I think everybody is on the same page here in terms of the need to end to end the asset purchases, with some disagreement as to when. But you know, we always find this kind of disagreement among the Fed initially at turning points in policy, and this is no exception.
Steve, you know, people are still scratching their head about the Michigan confidence numbers on Friday. The fifth biggest month-on-month collapse. You got to go back to Katrina, the Gulf War, the Great Financial Crisis to see a drop like that. Does it leave you wondering why the numbers portray a consumer that is so worried?
Well, not if you were following, if you will, Carl, the All America survey, which several weeks earlier we reported that big drop. And what we saw, and I think what Richard Curtin over at Michigan is seeing, is inflation beginning to weigh on consumer sentiment. I think it's a very big deal. I think the Fed has sensed this. I think it felt a little political pressure on this issue. It doesn't help to have wages going up if inflation is going up more, and that's going to sap the optimism out of consumers. And I think what I see happening at the Federal Reserve is more continuing concern about inflation and an understanding that it has to address that through its policy.
Okay, y'all heard it. All right, so they are talking about tapering right now, and that's the reason why there was some selling in the market and why there is some concern. Okay, that is the main thing here, because the market is pretty concerned right now, and they felt that this thing may actually become necessary. Okay, so you can see that but the thing is that if they do tapering, right, one thing to note is that the market itself may not be able to take it, because now you look at this, the home builder confidence has dropped recently, but the home buyer confidence has dropped tremendously. Okay, so this is the NAHB home builder confidence. Okay, it crashed down from 80 all the way down to 75, but the rest itself was really incredible. Okay, this is really bad. Okay, so this is again some survey. So of course some people say it may not be accurate. Well, I'll leave it to you to decide, but this is really why. Because when the costs go too high and the economy is not recovering, this is very clear. And that's why the consumer confidence goes down, because this is what is happening right now. And it was spread across all the market. I mean, all the different sectors. And you can see down the fund manager survey shows that, right, they are now not very comfortable with the current ongoing. Now, it happened before in January 2014. It happened before in December 2009. It happened before in October 2003 and February. So you may want to take a picture right here now, okay, that this is what actually is happening. So now the Bank of America Fund Managers Survey shows that the overall sentiment has collapsed, with the expectation of growth, profits, and inflation all plunging in August. So now again, that's why now you can see there is some form that the market is kind of like shaky, not really moving as fast, because the fund managers are not that comfortable anymore. But again, it's up to an individual to look at it. Some people say that this is a good time to buy, stuff like that. So I leave it to you to decide. My job is just to inform you what I found for you on the market, okay? And now you can see that the US macro surprise index, meaning all the ugly sales, industrial production, home builder sentiment, yes, indeed, all adds up, right, shows that the US macro data is kind of declining and definitely disappointing. So again, these are the things you can see now. We are probably past the peak time. and the market is coming down. So that is the reason why Jerome Powell and friends, it's kind of difficult for them to do tapering. I mean, seriously, I understand where they're coming from. It's going to be very difficult. If they're going to do that itself, right, it's going to be really going to take a very big risk, which I don't think they will take that risk, honestly. And of course, you can see now the credit market is no longer taking the high yield. The credit market now is no longer buying, even though the stock market and high yield usually go in tandem. But we can see now from this July onwards, which is August right now, you can see the stock market is still pushing up higher, but the high yield are actually going down already. So is there anything look at it to be concerned for? Well, if you look at it from this point of view, if the market is to wait, that's my phone. If the market is to really go down to meet this guy, so that we're looking about S&P going down all the way down to about 4,300 level. So we were talking about 100 points from here, at least 100 points from here. Okay, so that's why traders, you need to be very careful on this, because if you like what you see in front, you must also accept what will happen at the back, right? Cannot be like, oh, okay, the front part I like it, the back part I don't like it, so I don't care the back part. I don't think that is very fair statement. And it's to bring yourself in the right place. And of course, this is the thing here, guys. Take a look. This is something very, very important. Now, we said that, right? If the dollar goes up, the gold will come down, right? Correct or not? But can you see this? You don't see that, right? The dollar actually went up. The gold also went up. Okay. All right. Don't you realize this? So of course, recently, of course, when the dollar went up, okay, when the dollar went up, right, the gold came down. Okay, so that was initially. Then after that, the dollar on 11 and August goes up, gold also went up. Can you see that? So it's not really exactly that the dollar goes down or goes up, the gold had to follow. Actually, you put them side by side, you don't really see this. As a matter of fact, you can see right now that the gold price is up while the dollar is up. So you can see that it's not really following through. Now, why do I bring this chart in? Because the dollar is up, because now although the dollar is up because they're concerned right now, and there's this tapering. So if there's going to be any form of tapering, the market will definitely have the reduction of the dollar. And of course, that will bring the dollar higher. All right. Then the thing is this, if that's the case itself, the gold should go down, right? But the problem is the gold didn't go down, the gold went up. So which means that, right, there is people buying gold while they know the tapering may be coming in. So now it's different here. What we may see is that, right, because of that, then the last equation to this is that the equity market may have to suffer, because if people start to buy gold, they buy the dollar, then they know that there could be potential tapering. Then of course, the only thing that will let go now will be the equity market. And that's the reason why you see the equity market is kind of weak at the moment right now. Although it's not that type of week that every day drop, but at least you can see that the upside is kind of limited. Okay. And the last one is that this is my VIX index. All right. I find that the VIX index kind of supported at about 16, 15 level. And yesterday it went a high of 19. But again, the last part, the market recover, the VIX pulls back down to 17. But if you ask me, right, based on what I'm seeing right now, this is the two key resistance. If the VIX really push up through, then most likely we are going to see 25 to 26 level. Not now, maybe next week, maybe the next week, I don't know. But at least this is my target. Remember, there's this guy, his expiration is at 40. I don't know how on earth he's going to get it done, but he has to hit 40 for him to profit from there itself. Maybe he do already averaging, I don't know. All right, so we will see how it goes. But nonetheless, itself, traders, I kind of believe that it's a good time to buy some VIX, because I'm still looking at 25, 26 in the near term, in about 3 weeks' time. Okay. All right. That will be all for today. Thank you guys for all listening, waiting for me and getting it done. All right. This is the end of today's MAO. I'll see you again tomorrow in the morning. This is Cal signing off. Have a great day. Remember, do sign up for the 21st of August. It's going to be really powerful stuff. If you like this MAO, the alternate market views, then this one you cannot miss. There's so many good stuff to share with you. All right. That'll be all for today. Take care. Have a great day. This is Cal signing off. Bye-bye. Oh, yes, my KFC. Okay, all right. So my bet. Okay. Sorry. Luckily. Okay. Okay, lucky I signed off here. Okay, KFC. Correct. My bet. Okay, my bet. Okay. Thank you, Lipian, for reminding me this. That's like going for a movie, then this is the last part of it. Okay, my bet. Sorry, thank you for reminding me on the KFC part. Hold on, Yeah. Sorry, Kelly, yes, coming in. Sorry, my bad. I forgot about this. Okay, hold on. My KFC chart. Okay, here we go. Wait, on this one. There we go. Okay, so everybody take a look at this. Is the KFC. Okay, so the KFC level has been confirmed. The KFC level has been confirmed. Okay, let me just put up the chart again. Okay, everybody can see, right? Yeah. Okay, so the KFC level has been confirmed. Okay, the level for KFC is 1795. 1795. Okay, yeah, this is where we get from 1795. We're talking about KFC now, the topic KFC. Okay, so which means that, right? Okay, the KFC level is 1795. That is the level to watch out for today and moving forward. Okay, so if gold stays below 1795, gold will go down. If we stay below 1795, gold will go down. So that means that if you want to short gold, you have to short near to 1795 to get the maximum of it. Okay, Now, if gold stays above 1795, now gold will go much higher. Okay, so you got an idea? Okay. Now, if you look into history, how does this work? I show it to you now. Now, the last time when we have a KFC point, it was here. Okay, and at the time, this is the level. Okay, this is the level here. And when the gold stays below it, there was some selling. But once the market goes above it, the market go all the way up already. Can you see that? Okay, So the time, that level that was very critical was 1744. That level was 1744. That time was 1744. And when the market goes above it, the market go all the way up. So KFC is just a cyclical day whereby if using the high in the market, moving forward stays above it, like a moving average, it will be up. If it stays below it, it will be down. Can you understand? So it doesn't mean that it will mean the market will go up or go down, but you just know a number to watch out for. That's how KFC works. Okay, so don't read too much into this, but it does have its magical power. Like this example, this is the previous one, whereby this is where the KFC level is, and as long as the market stays above it, the gold goes up. Even if it pulls back, you realize that it just cannot go down. Can you see that? Only when it loses the level completely, then the gold came down. So this is how you utilize KFC. It's just a number to remind yourself, like MLP, like a moving average. If you happen to see that and it's nearby to you, you do a calculated risk. So your upside can be as high and loss can be as low, but as long as you know your entry to your stop loss, how much is that, you control it, that will be good. Okay, got the idea? All right, so KFC is just about a technical point that we have seen it before. And if you actually followed it, you can actually find very interesting phenomenon there. So now we have a new KFC point, and I already tell you that number is 1795. Okay, so in short, I'm going to say this again. If your gold stay above 1795, gold will go up. Okay, simple as that. Okay, all right, that will be all for today. Sorry for the last minute on this KFC part. Okay, I hope that you guys, get it and you all know what to do with the KFC. Okay, all right. So that will be all for today. Thank you guys. Okay, take care. This is gonna take signing off. Bye bye.